I'm trying to make sure that you can see me. Let me make sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to do.
Okay.
All right, here I am. Hi, girl.
Hey, how you doing?
I am great. How are you?
I'm good. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I feel honored to be here.
It's an honor to have you here. You ready?
I'm absolutely ready.
All right, let's go ahead and get started. Y'all make sure y'all share the live again and let people know that the guests have arrived and we ready to kick it off. So make sure you interact with the guests in the comment section. And we're gonna go ahead and get started. All right, let's get it. Welcome to Kicking It with Yama. This your girl Yama, and I am here for a fun ride and some great relationship advice. Who don't need relationship advice? We all do, right? We all know that it's a struggle being in a relationship. We all know it's a struggle to have a relationship. That's why I brought my special guest, my friend. She's a therapist, she's an army vet, and then she even got her own talk show in the works, y'all. So let's go ahead and learn a little bit more about her. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Kicking It with Yama, Miss Charm Love.
Hey, y'all, my girl. Pew, 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 pew. I feel like all the confetti and stuff is going off
I
right now.
know.
What's up, girl?
Hi, boo.
Hey, baby. How are you? It's good to see you again.
It's good to see you. How you been?
I've been good. I'm fresh from the gym, so I got all the good hyper, gym stuff left in me. So I'm good. I'm really, really good. I've been great. How about yourself?
Great. Stay in the flow. Life be life, but stay in the flow.
Yeah, girl. Yeah, girl. That's
It's
that's like the
good.
the
Look, I
motto for
got my red on.
2025.
Red on. Got my red on.
I see you. I see you. I see you. I see you.
Do you see? Look at you.
I see her. Listen, I can't wait to go back bald. I'm about sick of the gym, so I'm ready to go right back bald. Okay.
But
Yes.
hey, girl, it's still hey, tomato. You still look good. It's a blessing
Thank
to
you,
have some
beautiful. You
hair
too.
too. So tell us. Let's start with the therapy. When did you first get into therapy, and why did you get into therapy?
Ooh, I always love this question. So, not traditionally like everybody else. I didn't like, wake up and say, "Oh, I'm gonna be a therapist." Like I wanted to be in the therapy world. I want to help people. No, I can't honestly say that was my journey. My journey was because I was young and married at that time. I was in my early 20s. We got married. We were 19. I've been married for 20 years now. But we were really, really young, and I just didn't understand marriage, even though I came from a home that was married. He came from a home that definitely didn't show him marriage, but we still didn't have the formula to what it looked like to be me to be a wife to him and him to be a husband to me. So therapy was my way just to understand relationships and understand myself and my husband, and it just became a passion to help others
How long have you been in therapist?
since 2014.
Oh, okay, that's neat.
Yeah.
So, what's some of the biggest issue you see in the relationships today?
Comparison. Because we live in a social media world, nobody lives in the reality of what relationships look like anymore. We live in the fiction of whatever we see people's 5 seconds look like, and because our 20 years, our 2 year relationship, our 2 month relationship doesn't look like somebody's 5 seconds on Instagram, all of a sudden, whatever we had, whatever we felt, is null and void. So I think a big issue is right now comparison. People are insecure in what they have, so they compare.
Oh, wow. And why do you feel like people stay in relationships longer than they supposed to?
So many different factors. Like that's a to me that's a really blanket question, like an open question, because it can be so many different things. I can just tell you from people sitting personally in front of me, um, they're holding on to a relationship for other people. They don't want other people to, feel a certain type of way. They don't want to let people down. They're the model relationship for everyone around them. That type of a thing. Others, security. It's even though it's toxic, it's financially, economically secure. We're living in times right now where you don't even know where your next meal is coming from. People are literally one paycheck away from being homeless or, being without food. Food deficiency right now is crazy. So, like I said, it's just so many factors. Children, I hear that all the time. I'm staying together because of my kids. So it's a lot of different reasons, a lot of different unhealthy reasons why people are just staying together. But they're bigger than just what we would like to just call excuses, because these are real things. Unless we show people that they have options, they think that they don't.
So that Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade sent the internet in a frenzy when they said something about a 50-50. So some of the men was like, oh no, I'm not doing 50-50. Or some of the women was like, I feel like the man should do well the men should do should pay all the bills. However, the men was like, nah, y'all need to at least contribute to something. So what is your view on that?
I believe people's view is shaped off of their learned behavior, whatever they saw growing up. And if you didn't have a model right in front of you, whatever that role model, whatever was closest, whatever you decided to start mimicking, right? Because we're literal sponges, right? People are. Regardless of what we want to say or how we want to see it, we soak up whatever we're around. So whatever you're consistently around, some way, shape, or form, that's going to come out somehow, right? So I think that people become that way in relationships. They think that way because of how they were raised. How do I personally feel? No, I don't. I don't feel like any relationship should be 50-50. And I've been preaching this for a very long time because um, what if something was to happen to me, or what something was to happen to my husband, and we've been 50-50 in all the bills and 50-50 in everything, and he's never counted on me not to be working, or I've never counted on him not to be working or contributing in some way. I don't We're not living in a time where 50-50 is even possible anymore. I don't think that's possible. I don't even think it's possible, and I don't think it's fair, not for somebody that you actually care about. I don't want to see you pulling the weight of this. Groceries right now are ridiculous. Like just groceries. I went to the grocery store to cook one meal the other day, and it cost us like 90 something dollars just to cook that one meal for two people, right? Economically, it's insane to think that one person can do it all. That's not fair. So no, I don't think the 50-50 is realistic. And then really think about that. Y'all see Gabrielle, y'all see Dwayne. They 100 over there. Don't let people talk whatever they say on social media shape your reality, because they ain't even their reality, right? Like they both came in with their bags. So Gabrielle good if Dwayne don't do nothing else for her. Dwayne good if Gabrielle don't ever do nothing else for him. That's where you need to be at. I don't believe in the 50-50. Nah.
Okay. Yeah, girl, I agree to that. Like I definitely agree. But a lot of women, we're gonna talk about the men for a little bit. A lot of women, they forget that men matter too, that their mental health. So they pretty much like go to this stereotype. You the man, you're
Uh,
supposed to provide and this and that, but then they sit back and enjoy the luxury of what the man do, not taking away, because I'm pro woman, but not taking away from the factors of what a woman do. We're just gonna
yeah.
focus on the men right now because women forget that men mental health they have to have some kind of fuel.
Oh yeah.
They
Oh
definitely
yeah.
have to have some type
Yeah.
of fuel. So what is your views on that?
Well, I can honestly say, like you, I'm a girl's girl, right? But I'm a right is right person too. And society puts enough pressure on our men, right? Especially men of color, right? And I don't care if that's Hispanic man, a black man, an Asian man. The pressure on a man, period, no matter the color, is another type of pressure, right? Because all they're taught to is provide, provide, provide. Like your family is depending on you. If your lights are off at your house, sir, ain't nobody looking at your wife. They're gonna be looking at you. Ain't nobody looking at your girlfriend, sir. They're gonna be looking at you, right? So that pressure is built into them. They're groomed that way, right? So to get in a relationship with someone, and the person that's the person, because we're nurturers. So for you not to have that natural nurturing spirit for the one that you're attached to, is a couple of things wrong there. You know, one, it might not be the person because your person makes you do things that you normally wouldn't do. If that your person makes you uncomfortable, right? Whatever's comfortable normally for you, your person is going to disrupt that. That's what that looks like. But if you're still going through like nothing, nothing, no shift change, no nothing, that could be the issue there. You know, your person isn't really your person because your person will make you want to change.
So how do one know that they're all the way healed, or they're using that person for a distraction from their trauma?
Um, like what are you there for? I think that's a huge question. Like, what are they there for? Um, and I don't really believe in rebound relationships at all. Why? Because you don't take no time to heal, and so now you're just taking stuff. It's like those rollover minutes Verizon used to have back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
You just got your trauma rolling over, right? So you're in relationship after relationship dealing with trauma after trauma, and if you're spiritual enough, you understand that it's stronghold after stronghold, and so now you're just dealing with issue after issue because you dealt with person after person and never have taken the time to sit back and be like, hey, what is it about me that's attracting this, right? Because that's what it is. Whatever is coming to you, that's what your unhealed or your healed behavior is attracting that. So if you don't like the men that you're attracting, or if you don't like the women that you're attracting, if you feel like they're all just gold diggers, maybe it's something in you that feel like you need a needy woman. Maybe it's something in you that feels like you got to take care of somebody, like you have a conflict. These are things. These are actual things. People feel like they have to take care of somebody. Some people have a daddy nature, and same thing with women. Some women are just with this man just because she wanted somebody that she could feel like it was a toy that she created or something that she built. A lot of times, people do stuff for ulterior motives. And so, what is your motive? What are your intentions with this person? Do you have the right motives? And a healed behavior will let you know if you have the right motives or not.
Okay, so let's shift gears a little bit and go to the women. So, women, when it comes down to the women mental health, we got to do the church, we got to work, we got to school, we got to make sure the men is, catered to, but then the men forget to pour into the woman. Like, how you forgetting to pour into the woman? She the one that nurtures you. She's the one that, helping you and just pretty much your nutrition of,
Yeah, yeah,
going
yeah.
out there and being that worker that you are, that provider that you are. Because if not, you're gonna go out there and stray and cheat and try to find out what you already got at home with somebody else. But like, how do men forget that part of everything? But they so like they'll remember themselves, but not like women overall, the women that they are with or whatever.
I tell people all the time the nurturer has to be nurtured. Like, if my cup isn't full, how can I continue to pour out? But we as women, we do it all the time, right? We're tired. We're still cooking for our children. We're tired. We're still helping with homework. We're tired. We're still turning over on our side, getting hunched on. Like these are things like we're tired, but we still do,
Mm-hmm.
right? So to me, it's a two-edged sword. For one, it's something in that woman that's unhealed that because she doesn't know how to take time for herself, how to take that self-care, how to take a moment, how to teach someone that, hey, listen, hey, I'm not right now. No, not right now. This is my time for me. See, because that's a learned behavior that is taught to whoever. When you're in a relationship, this is something that's taught. But on the other side, it's that job as man. If I'm your partner, I know you. I know when you're drained. I know when you're depleted. I understand that we're both tired, but I need to help you today. Maybe it's my time to wash these dishes today. Maybe it's my time to go ahead and do the laundry. Why? Because we're no longer living in a time where she does this or he does that. We just need to get in this house and get to it, right? We both in the mud together. We got to get to it. So that's where we're at now. So it's more about understanding your partner, being able to meet a need because you know them. I don't like people who act like they don't know their person. You've been with them for 5 or 6 years. Don't act like you don't know why they're mad. You do know why. You absolutely don't. You know you have an inkling. You might not have all the details, but you know that something is off. Their behavior, their mood, something like their body language, something is off. So to ignore that and not take a step to be like, okay, hey, listen, let me try to figure out what this looks like. To be in a relationship, no matter relationship, looks like being a servant. If you
Hmm.
don't want to be a servant, then you don't need to be in that relationship. If it's not somebody that you can consider yourself serving, unconditionally, right? No matter how I feel, because I can't love you, and because I'm mad at you, no longer want to serve you. It don't go together like that, because that's a anger. That's a feeling. That's temporary. My love is supposed to be eternal. That's unconditional.
Mhm.
So that's how I feel about that.
Okay. So you guys, we still continue in the chat.
Hey
We
y'all,
love y'all. So make sure y'all drop those questions. If y'all have any questions or any comments
please,
so far, make sure y'all drop them in the comments. Interact with the guests. That's what she's here for, because this is the place for that. This is the safe place for that. Even men, y'all make sure y'all interact with the chat. Make sure you like it,
please.
share, repost, and let people know. Come join in. Come kick it with Yamba and Charm Love. So we're gonna go ahead and continue the thing of relationships, and then we're gonna switch gears to your your talk show that you got
Yeah.
coming. So I know, are you excited?
I am, girl. Oh my God. But yes, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Okay. So with connections, let's talk about that. With people, they're just settling instead of trying to actually understand and know the person and try to gain that connection. So it pretty much forced. It's not really a connection, but it's forced, like a forced settling type thing.
It's a void, like you just said. I just need to feel it,
Mhm.
right? And that's a very dangerous place to be, void filling. I don't recommend anybody even start looking for anybody to want them or be in a relationship with them if you're in an unhealed place. Because when you're in an unhealed place with yourself, you don't even know what you like. So how do you expect somebody else to come in and try to figure out what you like, your favorite color, this, that, and the third, what you want to eat? You don't even know what your palate like, all those types of things. It's going to take people taking time to get to know themselves and make it intentional, right? Intentional, and start healing things. Because again, we get in cycles because we don't realize that we are void filling, that we are unhealed, or that we're always offensive to whatever is going on. One of my things I tell people all the time: an offended ear cannot hear. If you're Every time I say something to you and you're upset with me, it don't matter if I'm saying everything right. You don't hear nothing I'm saying until you hear the conversation, until you hear whatever the relationship is. You don't hear the conversation. That's communication. We get so caught up in wanting to be heard or wanting to have the last word. I'm a last word haver. Okay. I listen, I could be honest and be like, baby, I got to have the last word. But no, like we get so caught up in that though, to the point where you literally are having the last word.
Yeah, but men.
You're not hearing nothing else. He ain't got nothing else to say. He shut down because you had to have the last word. You had the last word.
But the thing about it with men, when it comes down to having the last word, like they don't understand the part when a woman is okay. We go from these different levels to okay, we're telling you what's the problem. We're saying it in different ways. What's the problem? And we just want you to fix the problem, not sit up here and call us crazy. A lot of men do that, and instead of like trying to sit down and understand like, hey, yeah, I know that's a trigger for you, I don't want to do it anymore, or whatever the case may be, but it still happened. And then when she started getting loud or getting angry, she's being labeled an angry black woman or an angry woman overall. She's getting called crazy, all of that. But yet I was talking to you in a normal way. But when you didn't hear me, then you wasn't listening. It wasn't until I left, or it wasn't until I got an attitude, that's when you want to, react to whatever I'm fussing about, which is the same thing when I had a normal voice. So what is your opinion on that?
So a couple things there, right? So for one, a lot of men just want to talk effective communication. A lot of people, period, just want to talk to effective communication. But most men weren't taught how to place feelings, let alone deal with feelings, right? So, and then they live in a society. The second that those feelings rise up, now they a simp. They got all kinds of new names for it now. You get what I'm saying? And so it is like, and then now I'm taking a moment to actually express how I feel to you, and then I get shut down in that moment. On the other side of that, we as women, we enable it a lot. We allow it to keep going on and on and on and on and on. Why would you keep repeating yourself to the same person over and over again? Why? Because somebody who loves you, who cares about whatever you're feeling in that moment, is going to take time to try their hardest to fix it. It's not going to be perfect, but you're going to see them doing something. It's going to be an elevated behavior. It's going to be some type of growth there, right? They're going to try to do a little bit better for whatever you're dealing with. They're going to try to be better than whatever the problem is. You're not going to have to keep repeating yourself. They're going to try to fix it. So it's both sides. They ain't taught how to, they weren't taught how to talk. A lot of them weren't. And when you're in a relationship and I'm teaching effective communication, and effective communication ain't yelling and fussing, right? A lot of that causes a lot of men to shut down. A lot of that is trauma from them. Why? Because a lot of our men were raised in single mother homes, and that's all that single mother did in that home was yell, scream, all that or whatever. Why? Because she didn't have that masculine energy. So the only thing she knew how to do was yell and scream in that home. So now when he's with you and you yelling and screaming, he don't want to hear that. That's traumatic. That's mama. Now you my mama. That's what they say. That's the first thing. Oh, you want to be my mama. That's where that comes from. But we don't. You have to be in a healed place to know that he's unhealed and talking. We both can't be unhealed. Not in this area. Somebody has to be healed enough to be like, okay, listen, I'm going to take a step back. This ain't working. This conversation ain't working. I understand we need some compromise. I understand you want me to do it this way. I don't really like it that way. How do we meet in the middle? It has to be some type of compromise. So I really feel like sometimes a lot of the back and forth is because we just don't even know how to compromise. We don't want the other person to get their way, which is childish, but it's traumatic.
So what do you do if one person is emotionally available and another person is emotionally disconnected? How do you, but you love that person, you want to work with that person, but they're emotionally disconnected, so they don't know how to love you, or they don't know how to, but they want to be there, but they're so emotionally disconnected. How do you do that? Like, how do you make that work? Or it's just like a lot of friction that comes behind it. They're gonna come behind that.
That's hard because here's the thing. If you don't know you need to heal from something, how do I help you? Or if you don't know that you have something, you have to first know that something's wrong. You might can't pinpoint it, but you have to know that something ain't right. We can't keep arguing. We can't keep fussing. We keep getting to this place where we bumping heads. I want to fix this. I want to talk to you too. You have to get to that place first. That's number one. Because you trying to help is already the problem. You're not talking. You get what I'm saying? When the person is trying to, it's like me and my husband, right? I'm a whole therapist, but you better believe when we can't talk to each other, guess what we get? A therapist. Why? Because we know effective communication looks like we both want to be heard and we want a solution at the end of it. I don't want to just be heard and then I'm just gonna be done with the conversation. He don't want to just be heard and just be done with the conversation. Why? Because then you're never done with the conversation. The conversation is coming back up. Why? Because it's going to happen again because you got to know solution. That meant that you guys did not communicate effectively. It starts with learning how to effectively communicate with each other. And sometimes that means you just need a third party. That's just it. Like you just need a third party. And when you're, because of society and the way that we were raised, especially in the Black community, we don't believe in nobody coming to help our household. We don't believe in nobody coming to know our business. They can't help me, blah, blah, blah. They household hell too. All the stuff, right? We say all the things when it comes to therapy. But here is the reality of it. Therapists need therapists, right? And especially because I love God just like the next person. God created therapists. He created therapy. He made them. He's given them that gift. So why wouldn't you go to the person that has the gift to help you heal and help you learn how to communicate with the person that you say that you love or you care for? No matter the relationship, because I do this relational thing. It's not always just romantic things. Sometimes it's platonic. Sometimes I'm in there with the VP and his company trying to get everybody to play nice. It's all relationally, but it all goes back to effective communication. If nobody's listening, if we all have a goal of just wanting to be heard, nobody's hearing you.
Y'all hear that? That's some good information right there.
Hey, y'all.
Y'all make sure y'all drop y'all comments in the section. Get your questions in, ladies, fellas, whomever. Like, y'all go ahead and get y'all therapy session, counseling right now. And she's on live. She's ready, y'all. So y'all make sure y'all like, share, and let people know that they can come kick it with Yama and get some relationship advice too. Whether you single or whether you in a relationship, drop it in the comment section. That's what she's here for. So we're gonna go ahead and continue on. Hey, everybody that's just joining Kicking It with Yama, thank you so much for joining us. I'm I'm here with the therapist, relationship therapist, Army vet, and she's about to be her own talk show host. And we can't wait to get further into that. Her name is Miss Charm Love, and it is great already. The session already great. Hey, somebody said, "Hey, sis."
Hey, sis, bro, where my sister and the baby? Hey, that's the messenger, baby. That baby can sing. You need to get him on for one of your shows as well. He's
Inbox
amazing.
me. That's what it's
Inbox her.
for.
He's amazing.
Inbox
Yeah.
me. I'm already working until my December calendar, so come on, inbox me. Let's go. I'm ready for it.
Yes,
This is what it's
I
for.
love it.
So, okay, anybody got some questions? We're going to continue on, and we're going to make sure that we get these questions in if y'all have any questions, but we're going to go ahead and shift gears to what is it? The talk show. Let's get into that.
Yes, absolutely. Come on. I'm just so excited about birthing this thing. Oh my God.
Tell me about it.
So it's been a long time coming. I've been, like I said, in the therapy world for a long time. But like just like right now, you have people who want to ask questions, but people are private by nature, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. The talk show is my way of addressing things that I know need to be addressed that people aren't going to necessarily bring to me for themselves. Some things are just embarrassing. Some things are just transparently that I've lived through my own life, my own marriage, and I know that I've talked to enough people that these things are going on. I want to be able to help people in another way, shine light on positive stories. We have so many networks with just negativity and reality and blah 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 blah, all the foolishness. I want to bring some light and some love, and some God to the world. Like for real, for real. I want to give give people what it looks like to have an intimate relationship with God in another way. Our world is so cookie cutter and judgmental, and it has chased people away from what God truly is. And He's never been a person that judged everybody, right? Everybody that He would roll with Him that was a sinner. Every single body that rolled with Him was a sinner. Everybody that rolled with Him, everything from liars to murderers to thieves, like He wanted people to see that I use who I want to use. I don't use who people think is perfect. I don't use who people think is popular. I use the person that don't look like nothing so you can know what I do with nothing. Right? So I want to have those stories. I want to show people that, God still works miracles and He's not waiting on you to do it. I want to show people what it really looks like to love on one another in another way. I really, really do. Oh, come on, good question.
Kendra said, "How do you feel about poly these days?"
Hey, Kendra. Hey, girl. Hey.
That's my sister.
Hey, sister. Um, So here's the thing, right? So I'm not going to be judgmental because I did do the swinging world for a little while. So I've been over there and I understand what that looks like. When Yama reached out to me, I told her I'm very transparent on my platform. So, especially in the relationship where I know for a fact that I've been through and did everything that I did so God could have me be able to speak so fluently on things. I think it's spiritually damaging to be in a poly relationship. I don't think it has anything to do with anything else. I think it has a lot to do with your spirit and what it can handle, right? Because when you're joint with somebody, you're spiritually bound to that person, right? And you're bound to whatever they're dealing with, whatever they're unhealed from, whatever their trauma is. You are literally bound to that the second that you lay down with them. So to be spiritually bound to two people, when it's already hard to be bound to one, and try to make that thing work, I think that's a lot. I think it's a lot. Not only that, God is a third strand, right? And He's your poly. He's your third. He don't need no help. So I hope that helps you a little bit.
Okay. We go
Hmm.
up to, how do you feel about a man who always say we can do what you want to do when seeking clarity on what it is that you're doing, that we're doing?
I think he has, and hey, I don't see the questions. I don't know who said it, but hello.
Red said.
Hey, Red. Okay, so listen. How do I feel about that? I feel like he's probably been in a lot of positions where he has to shut down all the time, right? And so that's a quick way for him just to get out of the conversation. Hey, let's just do whatever you want to do. I'm gonna shut down. He probably feels like nobody even cares what he wants to do anyway. So he's probably in that space. He's probably in a I just want to be done with this. I don't want to argue. You want to argue? I ain't argue. Like, nah, I don't want to do any of that. Whatever you want to do, girl. So I don't think that he's I think he's not so much emotionally unavailable. I just think that traumatically he don't want to do back and forth. So that's the easiest place for him to go.
All
Without
right.
me knowing him, okay? Without me knowing him, to be
Keep the
fair.
questions going, y'all. This is good.
I
Don't play
like
with me.
it. Come on, come on, come on.
Pi said, "How do you break a soul tie?" Ooh.
Hey, girl. Hey, hey, Pie. First is recognizing that it's there. First is recognizing that it's there and being honest and telling yourself that if you could break it, that you would have broken it already, right? And so what that looks like is separating yourself. It looks like fasting. Our Bible is very clear. He said these kinds only come out by fasting and praying. So you're going to have to fast. You're going to have to pray, and it's going to have to be intentional. It's not going to be the Daniel's fast. It's not going to be all the fast that you go on social media and see. It's going to be the fast that you know for a fact that you need to fast from. It's going to be the thing that you know for a fact that you need to sacrifice, because that's what a fast looks like. It doesn't look like what everybody else does. It looks like, what does God need from me? What does obedience look like for me? What does he need for me to put down in order for me to tell him I'm all ears?
Okay, Red said, "I'm back with question two. I
Come on,
know,
Red.
I know that no man wants confrontation all the time. How do you
um. So
suggest I
nobody.
speak on?
So okay.
It's a part, another part. Sorry about that. How do you
Okay.
suggest I speak on how I feel without him taking it as a confrontation?"
I would definitely approach it differently. Um, and so that means if you've always approached it by yourself and never gotten anywhere, then it's probably time for a third party. Number one. Number two, nobody, I don't know anybody in the world who wants to be approached with just negativity all the time. So you can't tell me I did nothing right. I don't do anything right. There's nothing I do right. Why are we together? So maybe sometimes, maybe just a little bit, we can celebrate the stuff that he does do right, the stuff that we are excited about, because it's like a child that gets no attention. I am going to act out because this is the attention I need, right? So when you want to shine the light on something for a man to keep doing, shine the light on the right thing. And then I would definitely slowly bring it up, right? I don't know what self-care looks like, how you serve your man, right? Mine sometimes is just me going, making a really good meal, his favorite meal, and finally sitting down and having that conversation, right? It could be something as simple as taking out the trash. And because that's a pet peeve of mine. I don't like smells, right? So I don't like the way stuff smells. I can be like, oh, baby, I'm so appreciative of you doing this, that, and the third. My goodness, this, that, and the third, da, 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 blah. Oh, you do this, you do that. They got big egos. I don't know why women want to be with men and they don't want to stroke the ego, right? If you don't want to stroke an ego, don't be with a man. I'm just telling you straight up, right? Because they have huge ones and it needs to be stroked, right? It's a sign of respect for them. So if you can't stroke your man's ego before you tear it down a little bit, because it's like, damn, I don't do nothing right. I don't do nothing right. It could be that point. So sometimes a third party is suggestive, another approach is suggestive, timing and environment is important. Who's around? I hope nobody's ever around when we're talking. When are you choosing to have this conversation? Sometimes some conversations are so rough, there's never a good time. But if you know that this conversation that you've been trying, because it has to be something that you've been trying to have, Red Girl, we are part two of this question, right?
Hey.
This is something that you want heard. So you have to sit back and be like, I need to be able to approach this way because I need him to hear me on this. You need him to hear you on it. I hope that helps.
Okay. LJ said, "I totally agree." Pi said, "What are some ways to communicate without turning into an argument?" Keep them coming, y'all.
Listen, make it a game. People are so, oh my God. And I mean this with everything that's in me. Like make it, I don't make it a game or sit down. And sometimes it's easier for me and my husband to text. So we'll sit there and we'll be right there in the bed. We can't say it out loud because the tone might be wrong and it might be messed up. We'll sit right there. We'll just have a conversation just like that. Like, okay, all right now. It's all about, you got to find what works for you, how your balance is. You know your person. How do they like to talk? Maybe it's just sitting down if he got hair and just putting oil in his scalp and rubbing his head, and now you finally having that conversation. Maybe it's running the water, taking out the clothes, whatever it looks like to be able to have that conversation. But when you're going into it, have your mind set that this time I need a solution to come behind it. I don't want to just be hurt. I need a solution. You can be hurt all day. You can sit on go on live, baby, and they'll pay you. Facebook, Instagram, you can be hurt. But I need a solution to me being hurt this time. And so that means me going into it a whole nother way and me thinking about it. I'm military, right? So there's not, in war, you have to have a battle plan, right? These relationships it'd be straight war with the enemy. Like if your relationship power, I hope you know it. The devil don't like, he said 2 or 3 are gathered. Like, it only takes 2 people to do whatever you need to do when it comes to the spiritual world. You could do it by yourself. He said 1 could chase 1,000, but 2 could chase 10,000. That's why he don't like y'all together talking and all that stuff. That's why it's always confusion and chaos and all that stuff, right? But that's when you tell yourself, oh, it's a lot of chaos in this. It's a lot of confusion in this. God told you straight up, I ain't in that, so I ain't here. So you want him to show up, you got to take away the confusion. You got to take away the chaos. Because when he does show up, there's going to be some peace that's coming with it. And he said, you got to bear the fruit. It's going to be gentle. A woman is gentle. I know our world wants us to believe that our man makes us soft, but baby, you better be soft before he comes to the playing field. Why? Because if you ain't soft when I meet you, why am I treating you soft? Come on, it's what we put out is what we get back. So if you want a great conversation, you want a positive conversation, Red, you ask as many questions as you want, baby. You get you put it out. The way you put it out is the way you're gonna get it back, and that's just a fact.
And I wanted to before she continued, you guys, I want y'all to understand that this is what my podcast is about. Like, y'all come in here, this is a safe space. I have people from different walks of life for y'all to relate to. Mental health is real. So this is what this podcast is for. So make sure y'all interact and keep just, following and just keep just doing what you're supposed to do as far as, like, making sure y'all taking steps for yourself and your mental health, whether it's joining my podcast, whether it's seeking an actual therapist, whatever it is that, give you that outlet. This is what this show is about. This is what my podcast is about. That's why I made it. That's why I'm doing it, because of the simple fact that I want to be able to give that outlet for those that are going through mental health and need that outlet. This is what this is for. So y'all keep interacting with the chat, and that's why I'm bringing people on from various walks of life, so that it's relatable. It's a relatable show. So make sure y'all like and repost the live. Let people know that come kick it with Yama. I got a free therapy session y'all getting. Come on now. Make sure y'all follow her too. And we're gonna go ahead and continue with the questions.
Hey y'all, hey. Thank y'all for being here. I appreciate you guys. Appreciate me.
Appreciate it. Okay. Pa said, what are some ways to communicate? Did we already say that? What are some ways to communicate without it turning to an argument?
Yes, we did.
Okay.
We talked about that.
The messenger said, my sister go. Red said, how long do you feel both parties should wait until addressing serious conversation, especially a huge fallout? This is my last question, y'all. Keep it coming, Red. This is what this for. This is what this session is for. Mom Bun said fat. So girl, they rocking with you.
I love it. So here's the thing, Red. I can't tell you a time, like telling you like, oh, wait 2 weeks or wait a week, because some stuff is, you need to address it right then and there, right? It's like, I ain't calling these men dogs, so listen to what I'm saying clearly. This is an analogy, because y'all eat a girl up later. Y'all sit here and take this one little clip and be like, Charm Love said. But no, it's honestly like training an animal, right? When you first get a puppy, if that puppy uses the bathroom, you can't wait an hour later to hit the puppy, because the puppy looking like, what the heck did I do? Right? Some things need to be addressed right then and there. if you need to deal with them. You know what it looks like to have an emergency conversation. Like, hey, this no, we can't wait. This need to be talked about like right now, right? But I also recommend when you thank you, baby, when you have stuff like that, that you want to make sure that you have people in your life that you can call upon, right? So if you got all these people in your phone that you talking to all day, every day. Sorry, I'm getting some water. All these people every day that you talking to every day, all day, right? Y'all texting, y'all got group conversations, y'all in the group chat. We trying to make it out the group chat on vacation, all occasions, right? You got all these people in your life. You ain't got not one person that you can call to help guide you.
Mm. Y'all hear it. Keep the questions coming, y'all. Keep
You ain't got,
interacting.
you don't have not one person to be like, hey, listen, I need you to come over here. I need you to come over here for a second. We just need somebody in the middle just so we can make sure we can hear each other. That's it. We don't really need your opinion. We just need to make sure. We just need somebody to be like, no, that's not what she just said, bro. I ain't trying to get y'all business, but that ain't what she just said. No, sis, that ain't what he was talking about, sis. You need to you don't have that, that's a problem. That's problem number one. That's a real problem, right? Because your environment shapes the relationship. It does. Who you guys hang around, your relationships, his relationship, your environment, not just family. We like to just say mom, dad, sister, brothers, the cousins, all that. No, your co-workers, the ones you want to hang out with for an hour at the bar for a second. I'm gonna stop at the bar. Me and my co-workers gonna go celebrate a birthday. It's them. How they feel about marriage? How do they perceive relationships? How do they feel about their woman? How do they feel about their man? And then here's the thing: why would you want to be in a relationship, any relationship? Your friend, that's your friend, and she cheating on her man. That's not to me. That's not a friend. That's not a real friend. Because what you think about me? You cheating on your man. He do everything for you. I'm just your homegirl. It's character flaws with people. That's what it be. We don't know how to have conversations because there be real life character flaws, right? We don't know how to address stuff because we feel like stuff is going to come back on us, right? We don't, okay, I want to say this. Oh, he's going to say this about me if I say this. And then, so we've already sat here and played the conversation out 10 times in our own mind. We done answered the questions 10 times. And that ain't none of that what he was thinking, or none of that was what she was thinking. You know when the best time to have a conversation. Just take a moment, take a beat, as they would say. It don't have to happen right. If you know, if it's not life or death, it don't have to happen today. It don't have to happen today. We'll take a moment. Why? Because the object again is I want to be heard and a solution at the end.
Okay. All right. She said, I'm just asking for a friend. Laugh out loud. The messenger said, from a man's standpoint, I've learned before having difficult conversations, I ask God for guidance. And then
Mm-hmm.
Font Town said, hold on, it's refreshing to hear a woman speaking facts. Messenger said, solely because I need to remove flesh from those difficult conversations. And
Oh
then,
yeah. Oh yeah. Let's just stay right there for a second. Here's the thing: we are human. Like, if you think you can go into these conversations and not be human, you crazy. You are not God. You are human. So anger rises up, and God said the heart is wicked. It is wicked. Love and hate live here. So when I don't love you, baby, I hate you in another way. So to allow me to speak when I'm mad like this is never going to be good. Why? Because you're saying how you really, really feel in that moment. You can never take it back. Them things cut, and they cut. Those are some of the most traumatic situations that come to me aren't physical, they're verbal.
so what does forgiveness look like, especially when you have a child in the middle or children in the middle? What does that look like?
That's big. What do you mean?
As
That's
in,
like, that's really broad.
so like, as in, and this is not for me, y'all, but just say, this is not for me. But just saying, like when women be in love with their kid or kid's father and they want them to just like, love them back or just want them to like understand where they're coming from. Just like the heart wants what the heart wants, right?
Right.
So that like, and they hurt you in so many different ways. How does that factor in with the forgiveness so that y'all can move forward with the co-parentship? Because a lot of women don't know how to do that.
Well, I want us to remember the trauma that we're dealing with as adults and where it stemmed from. And remember that our children are watching, right? Our parents swore that we didn't see stuff, but we did. Right? That's our reality at this grown age. And now knowing that, why wouldn't you make sure that you're protecting your child at all costs? So
Mm-hmm.
it's like I have to forgive not only for you, for me, but because you're watching me, and I never want you to be in this place where I am at this age. I want you to grow up healed. I don't want you to grow up traumatically. No, I'm not understanding what this looks like. I need you to understand that it's okay to love somebody and let them go. Like it's those are things. That's what love looks like. So the forgiveness,
Mm-hmm.
especially if a child is involved, is important because now you're showing something. You're the role model.
Mm-hmm.
You're the learned behavior that they're going to use in their relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So forgiveness is important for that. But then on the other side, like I said, it's important for me. I can't keep carrying that. God said, I want to put more on you than you can bear, but you're personally carrying that. I don't want to keep carrying that. That load is heavy. To sit around and not forgive somebody day in and day out, it truly is for you. It is a freedom in letting them go. Why? Because now I'm at the cookout. I was happy as I don't know what. And I came in here, uncle just pulled up, and now my whole attitude has shifted. Now maybe my year, whatever was about to start, whatever business, whatever. Darius Daniels, I love him. He says your mood messes up your movement. If you don't forgive, you're going to allow your mood to continually mess up big pivotal moments in your life, all because the devil be right there waiting on you to trigger you because you be swearing you so healed.
Mm. If
You
y'all
got to
got
be,
some more questions,
you
make sure
got
y'all
to.
drop them. But yeah, that's the thing. Like I totally agree. And like you said, the authentic, being authentic. Sorry, just the fact that I was in now this is about me, but
Okay.
like my first two kids fathers, like I feel like my kids, we exposed them to so much toxic things. As far as us arguing, we never fought physically or anything, but as far as like toxic things as arguing and never getting along and all of that stuff. And it's more so not it's not a like, oh, I love you thing, because I don't, but it's more so of a, dang, we can't even get it right with the co-parentship. So it's like, my kids was exposed to, the fussing and, and I feel like I have a lot of guilt for that, from that, because I'm like, dang, I wish I would have went a different way. I wish I would have understood what healing and how important healing is, and stop waiting on I'm sorry. Sometimes women just want like, I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah.
really sorry. I
Yeah.
understand, like you got these kids, da 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 da. But
That's
I'm not
it.
bashing him or anything like that. And I don't wish nothing bad on him or whatever the case may be. But I just wish that we would have took a different approach. I'm just being authentic on my show, and
Yeah.
I
I
want
love it.
everybody to be authentic and I want to be able to relate to other women too. So I feel like, just having that guilt from my, exposing my children to the fussing and the derogatory comments that we made towards each other. I feel like, they didn't have to go through that. But just being that I was so young, I didn't understand what healing looked like. And,
Yeah. Yeah.
understand what, forgiveness, or, sometimes people can't co-parent in no healthy way when you're the enemy, like you're the enemy more so than parents. So it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
that's one of the guilts that I have when it comes down to me raising my kids. 'Cause I'm like, dang, y'all didn't even have to be exposed to that. I could have protected y'all a little bit more and just like, okay, I'm gonna let that go, whatever. I'm not gonna let him trigger me, whatever. But we never stayed in the same household. But it's more so you need to learn how to forgive and let go. And like I would tell people, like, I'm not holding no grudge. And the whole time I didn't understand what a grudge was. Like I was really holding a grudge. Like soon as I saw him or came across me, I would get angry. But it would never be physical. Never have I ever got physical with any man. But it would be more so of, you ain't even have to take me through all of that. You ain't even have to do
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm just trying to be relatable to people when it comes down to the show, because it
I
is
like it.
an authentic show, and I want people to to understand that it's safe over here, and that's why
Yes.
I got you here and other guests, so my audience could relate to it. Because like I said, decompress from your day and chat, come chill with Yama, come kick it with Yama and guests. So yeah, how do you feel
Oh
about that?
yeah. I mean, listen, hey, I tell people all the time, take my mess and allow it to be your message, right? I lived through it, so it can definitely help you. I thank you for your transparency because it helps so many women or whatever, because I've even been here, right? We want, like I said, we use our children as an excuse to hold on for so long, not realizing that they're being, sidelined on all this trauma. and now they're going to need their own counseling. Because I highly recommend people to understand this. As a grown up, if you're dealing with misplaced feelings and emotions that you can't figure out, how much more your children? To think your children are just acting out just to be acting out. No, they don't understand what's going on around them. Life is lifing, and they just acting out. They're just acting out. And then not only that, like we just to double back, I don't know if that was, I think it was Pi that asked the question about strongholds, and I could be wrong.
So sorry.
But here's the thing with that, right? When you allowing all of that into your household and now that's within you, your children are connected to you. Why do you think your children are acting out the way that they are? Why do you think your children are experiencing the things that they're experiencing? Why do you think your children are being sneaky or are being questionable or trying to figure out what this or that is? It's because their bodies are not mature enough. Even you can't deal with these demons like you are. What about our children? It's the same thing with our kids. So I want people to forgive themselves enough if they are in a situation that they've been staying in just because for their children, because everybody does it every day, right? And you're not by yourself. But at the same token, I want you to recognize that this isn't healthy, not even for my children. This is probably the unhealthiest for my kids. It's unhealthy for me, but it's even unhealthier for my kids because now I'm showing them how to do relationships, right? Our Bible says, train up a child in the way that they should go, and when they're old, they won't depart from them. We as religious people, we think that just means just train them up in the word and that's just it. No, whatever you train them up in, that's what they won't depart from that.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like I just want to make clear, there's no love, and no relationship that I'm holding on to with that. I just wanted to learn how to forgive and let that go.
Yes.
It's like a woman waiting for, okay, you did this and that or whatever. When you gonna say sorry? And I feel like I way surpassed that. Like I went way past that, like waiting on that sorry. Like, dang, just say you're sorry. It ain't hard, But
Yeah.
the thing about it, like, like I just want to clear that up. Like, no relationship or no love and then with that now. That's years ago.
We just said I offer a little transparency, baby. This ain't today. This ain't today. This
Ain't
is
it?
yesterday.
This ain't it at all. I promise you that. But yeah, let's go to the comment section. It says what they see moving forward with your healing, they'll be able to use those tactics in their life. I agree.
Yes. Yes.
I agree.
Most
The messenger said
definitely.
that.
Come on, the messenger. Listen, I love it. I love it. Hey, Tiffany, I hope she's watching. But no, I just want people to be intentional about the relationship with themselves, right? When you're intentional about the relationship with yourself, it's easier to be in relationships with other people because then you're sure about what you want, what you don't want, what you desire, what your boundaries look like, all of the healthy things, right? But until you're in a healed place, I don't suggest continue to try to bring on all these relationships because now you continue to bring on all these different things and you still don't even know who you are. You continue to bring on all these different things. You only still don't know what your purpose and your assignment in life is. You're bringing up all these things, and yet you're mad because you haven't done all the things that you were supposed to do before 2026 came in. Like it is time that we literally get into a space and realize that being not to be selfish means to be selfless,
Yeah. Yep.
right? I don't have to think about myself so much when I take care of myself. So it's easy for me not to be selfish. But people are selfish by nature because they don't know how to even do nothing for themselves.
Mm. All right, y'all. Let's keep it going. I do have a question. What's something couples should be asking each other but don't?
What is something that couples should be asking each other? How can I serve you today? Relationships are about serving each other, right? Like literally, they're about serving each other. And I can't do what I think you want, and you can't do what you think I want. I want to do what you want me to do. Why? Because if I'm in a relationship, I'm in a safe place. I know you're not going to have me do nothing crazy that I don't want to do. So why not?
Okay. Okay. All right. And you also mentioned on the phone a while back about you wanting to help women that don't feel accomplished. Like they set these goals, but they haven't accomplished them. Like, can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Right. So I'm about to, so every year, I take women through a basic like a fast to help them with whatever they feel like they haven't been able to accomplish. This year, I thought it was just different. Usually 7 days. This year, we're doing 21, just because the world itself has gone through a lot this year. Everything from hurricanes and tornadoes, just about everywhere. The government shut down, people losing jobs, people being furloughed, so many different things, benefits, families separated, people don't know where their children are. There's so many different things. ICE has been going crazy. I just wanted people didn't have time to focus on the goals that they made in January, the goals that they made December 2024, right? They didn't get a chance to really focus on those goals and really stay true to the things that they wanted to do. And a lot of them feel like failures now, right? Because you're getting to the end of the year and all you see on social media, again, social media is a great tool, but it can hurt you if you're not in a healed place. All you see on social media is everybody winning, right? Because that's all they're showing you, because that's what we do. Nobody's getting on there showing you the losses. So know that part first, right? Because absolutely we're all failing at something. That's human nature, right? That's the way that the world goes. That's the way that the cookie crumbles. But we're on social media looking at this girl win or that girl win, or she's gonna open up the business, or she done wrote the book, and you like, man, I said I was gonna write a book. Oh man, I said I was gonna finish school. I said I was gonna start. I said I was gonna do this. It's the year ain't done. We get in this place where we tell ourselves that it's over, and as long as you literally still have blood running through your veins and that clock's still ticking, and it still say 2025 on the calendar, you got time. You got time. So I'm taking women starting December 1st to the 21st through a 21-day initiative that I'm calling Code 21. And so I'm excited about it.
Oh, okay. You got to give us more information about that. For those that are just joining, thank you so much. Make sure you guys share the live, like it, and make sure you share it. Make sure you subscribe for the full episode if you missed the first beginning of it. At Kicking It with Yama on YouTube. It's in my link. It's in the link in my bio. I mean, it's in my bio. The link is in my bio actually. So if anybody got some questions for the therapist, she's here for a few more minutes, and then we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up because I know she got to go. But anybody got some questions?
And you guys can definitely DM me questions later too, especially if they're private. I absolutely understand that. I do not mind answering your private questions. I'm sure Yama's going to have like all of my little handles somewhere, so you'll be able to come to like my Instagram page and actually see the 21-day initiative and sign up for it. I My whole life's purpose is to help a woman, mainly a wife. I will say that. I know for a fact my assignment is a wife, but I'm gifted for women, and because we're the most overlooked, right? We are the nurturers of the world, but nobody takes the time to really pour into the nurturers, and we feel depleted. And so sometimes that's the reason why our men feel depleted, our children feel depleted, because when they don't have us to pour back into them, because we ourselves are drained, that could be a lot. So my assignment, I know, is to help women, to show them that that you really can make lemonade out of the lemons that life gives you. Your purpose is definitely tied to that pain that you got going on. Like those are things that I know I'm here for.
So I do have another question, and this
Yeah.
is not related to me, y'all. I'm just I have to put that out there. But
Okay.
why do men no longer put in the effort when he get the woman he want? He put in all the effort when he get the woman. I mean, before he get the woman, but when he get the woman, he stopped the effort. So why is that?
I think it's a cycle. Men get comfortable and comfortable really, really fast, right? But then we, as them, we allow them to get comfortable too, right? So I'm not gonna. If we've been going on a date night every week for 5, 6 years, and then all of a sudden this year you just ain't feeling it, and here we done got the month two. I'm saying something. Hey, what happened? Like we ain't, you don't want to date me no more. You don't want to be with me. Like what's happening? Like I'm foolish like that, right? So you just, but I know I can talk to my spouse like that. I feel like men are comfortable, and we've allowed them to be comfortable. That's why.
All right, man. If y'all have anything to say in regards to that, like a rebuttal or anything, put it in the chat. Put in the
Bring it
chat.
on. Bring it on.
My girl is ready.
No,
I
I'm
know
joking.
that's right. She is ready. She's like, bring it on. So if y'all
Right?
got some questions, then it's a good night. Or if y'all this therapy, this is a free therapy session. Y'all better get them questions going. That's the
Come on
thing.
in here.
That's right. Come on in here. We don't care how many times you ask the question, just ask it. Keep the chat live, you guys. But
Yes, yes.
how do you know when it's time to walk away from something? When you did all you can and you didn't try, how you know when it's time to let go? Even if
When
you
it's
love
no longer doing anything for you, like it's no longer serving you, like for real, for real. Um, when your good no longer outweighs your bad, when you're crying more than you should be smiling, when it doesn't feel good. Like trust your feelings. I tell people all the time, like literally trust your feelings, trust your emotions. Like you're not crazy. Women, we're overthinkers. And so it's easy for us to get in our head, on our side and be like, okay, no, he didn't mean it like that. No, 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 he did, sis. If he keep doing it like that, he meant it like that. And the same thing with bro, like because we're in this space now where women are the cheaters right now. Right. Like right now, it's these women that are treacherous, right? And so the same thing with these women, if she's not appreciating the way that you attend to her and the way that you give her this what they call soft life, then it is time to move on to somebody that's appreciative of that. Because if your life is soft, when I get home I should have a meal. If your life is soft, when I get home I should have clothes. I don't understand how I'm hearing all these girls talk about their life so soft and they ordering Popeyes and DoorDash and all that and Uber Eats and I'm what you doing with your life? Like what you got going on all day long? Nothing. And you want to just keep using this man? Oh, it's so many different things. So both him and her, you know when it's enough. When it doesn't feel right, let it go. Trust your feelings. Trust yourself.
okay, y'all heard that, ladies? You know what to do, and men too. That goes to.
Yes.
I don't want people to think that this is live is to bash men because it's not. This is for
Mm-mm.
men and women. You all are welcome here, and pop your questions in the comment section. We got a free therapy session tonight.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
I'm so excited to have you on. So I have another question. What is some red flags people ignore every time?
Family. Like when they invite you to the cookout, pay attention. And I'm not being funny, but like when they invite you around their family members, because that's who they are, right? And then watch them because people are somebody totally different. Like you can be quiet with me, but when you go with your family, you, right? So pay attention. I think family is one of the biggest red flags that people do not pay attention to. How he is with his family, how he treats his family, how his family is, period. Because these are the people who groomed him, who raised him, right? Vice versa with her too. Like these is like, is she clingy? Like, like is she like is she a daddy's girl? Is she a daddy's girl? Like, does she need her daddy for everything? Is her daddy gonna have to like always decide y'all business? And like, like pay attention. The red flag is the family. It's number one. Like one of the biggest red flags people do not pay attention to is the family.
Okay. Okay. Anybody got a question? Let me know in the live. I do have my questions. Not, I'm just going down the list, but
Yes, let them roll. Let them roll.
it's
Let them
not
roll.
too. How does childhood trauma show up in adult relationships?
So many different ways. Some ways, again, it can be the clingy nature of somebody, right? Because they never had anybody around, so they're overly clingy. And that could be traumatic because people naturally need some type of space, right? Um, uh, like we talked about with the son who's always being yelled at his mom. The second you raise your voice for a second, now you his mama. Traumatic. People, somebody who watched their mom get beat in the household, and now he's aggressive or she's aggressive. Because sometimes that in turn makes the woman aggressive because she's like, oh, ain't nobody gonna do this to me. There are those relationships where women are just as abusive physically, emotionally, as men. So those are just a couple of ways trauma, and then in their sex life, people who are molested and things of that nature sometimes have a lot of trouble with intimacy in their relationships. So those are just some things.
So when you and your husband y'all were swingers, right? Or
We
you
were.
were?
We were.
Okay, when y'all were swingers, what made you do that? Like, what was it more so to appease him, or it was like to keep the
Um,
marriage intact, or like what? Like, how did that come about? 'Cause that's a strong decision, girl. I ain't brave enough for that, but you got it.
I was, girl. It was in my early 20s. I was brave. I was real, real brave. Those were those crazy 20s. We were military.
Okay.
For one, I was in one place, he was in another place most of the time, and it was like to keep down the confusion because I didn't want you to cheat on me. I don't want you don't want to cheat, vice versa. It was that we're just gonna keep it open, that type of a thing. But it led to so many issues, so many things. So I highly do not recommend. Do not pass go. Like just go. Just don't stop to collect $300. Definitely go past that one. For sure, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, cause I would that and poly threesome they can have that.
And then here's the thing, right? If we being transparent, we're gonna do it the reality. It was a lot of fun until after, right? During, the 30 minutes, the hour, the couple hours, the parties, whatever. It was until, right? Because when you really do care about somebody, you really do love them. Something about that makes you feel some type of way. I don't want nobody touching you. I don't want nobody, like so it was fun. You get what I'm saying? Until so it's that thing or whatever, right? Because it's a spirit. It's lust, right? That's driving that thing something serious. People don't want to admit that part, right? People be like, oh no, because it's poly, it's emotions and this, that, and the third. One person can emotionally satisfy you. If you have other things that need to be satisfied, it's no longer emotionally satisfying. It's lust driven. We don't want to say what it is because then it makes it dark, right? We don't want it to be dark. But I've been there, done that, and so I'm graced enough to be out of it to be like, hey, no, that's what that is. It's lust. It's lust driven. Got to
Okay.
feed it.
Oh, okay. So we talked about soul ties. We talked about you as a host of your own show, which I know you're excited about. When do we expect for that to drop? When do you expect for that?
2026, spring 2026. I'm very excited about it. We're about to start filming in spring 2026. So I can't give away the platform right now
Okay.
because we got so many things under works. But right now that you can follow us on Instagram and on Facebook for all updates. So the Charm Love Talk Show is on Instagram and Facebook for all updates, and we're going to be on a nice platform really soon.
Y'all make sure y'all follow her, you guys. Y'all follow her. And then, like she said, if y'all got some personal things that y'all don't want to share in the chat, that's completely fine. This is a safe space over here. We're kicking it with Yama. Kick back, relax your feet, and just enjoy the show. Like, share, subscribe on the YouTube channel. The full episode will drop on the YouTube channel tonight. And make sure you guys hit my guest up. And whatever question that y'all have, just sidebar her and just, ask her. I'm sure she'll get back with you. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for adding more value to the show. Each
Oh,
guest that come
thank
on, I
you.
always try to give them their flowers because I really truly appreciate it because I know that you got so many other things to do. And I know that being here on my show, like it was very fun, but I want you to know that your time was not in vain. I really appreciate
Appreciate you.
you and I hope to see you again.
I do too. I truly hope to see you again. I am Yama. Your show is amazing, girl. Great questions, right? As a host and an interviewer, one of my pet peeves is horrible questions, right? I'm like, just ask me some good questions. You had great questions, so I'm very appreciative. Thank you for having me on. It has been a true pleasure. Y'all get at me. I hope to help you soon in the future.
And where can they follow you at? Where can they get at you at?
All right, so I'm Charm underscore loves on Instagram, and I'm Charmeka CHARMEKA love on Facebook. Charm underscore loves on Instagram, Charmeka love on Facebook. Thank y'all so much.
Thank y'all so much for joining in, kicking it with Yamo and my special guest. Y'all got y'all a free therapist session in with kicking it with Yama and Charm Love. She did it, y'all. I'm so happy. I'm so proud. And thank you so much for allowing my show to be a part of your platform too. So I really appreciate that and all that you have done and will do for the ladies and men. You know, you gave a full session and you didn't have to. Like, though they said she did that. She did.
Thank you,
Mom Bun
Bonnie.
said she did that. Mom, that's my second mom. She said
Hey,
she.
Mom. Thank you.
But thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for being a beautiful guest, and I really, really, really am speaking life into your new ventures that you're about to embark on. And I pray that God continue to bless you and let it flourish. And everybody, they said they enjoyed.
Listen, this was good ground. This show is good ground. Anytime you can come on here and actually be transparent and help people and talk about God in another way to be able to help people. All of that to me, top tier. Thank you so much. Clock it is we're kicking it with Yama.
All
Thanks for
right, girl,
having
I'm
me,
gonna let
girl.
you go. Thank you guys for joining Kicking It with Yama. And here's my guest, Charm Love. Let's go ahead and wish her well in all her future ventures. Make sure you reach out and connect with her. We love her. We're gonna have her back. And thank you, girl. Enjoy your night.
Bye, girl. Bye, y'all.
Bye. What y'all thought about it? Like, I really enjoy the like this is I feel so fulfilled. Like every time I get on here, it's a blessing. Like it's like to have people come from different walks and y'all can be able to relate to and just be yourself, you know, like no judging over here. I can't judge nobody. They can't judge nobody. Nobody in here can judge anybody. You know, it's just you being you and you being able to relate to whomever and interact with everybody. So thank you so much, you guys. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, and I'll see y'all again. Thank you for kicking it with Yama. Good night.